Okay, what is display advertising? This is a video explaining what it is and how it can benefit your business. So display advertising is essentially where you showcase your business on third-party websites versus Google search or say social media. The example I usually use is the Weather Network. And you can see it shows up on my these ads right here, the Audi, Temptations, and there's another one that has them loaded right here. These are third-party ads that the Weather Network is using through a platform called AdSense to showcase. So Weather Network is saying we have a lot of traffic, we want to make some money off this traffic, we're going to display ads on the website to make money, and those ads come from the display network. And there's different ways to do that, but in this case they're using Google Display Network. So you can run ads, here's another one for Audi at the very top, you can run ads in order to showcase on the Weather Network, and you can target particular websites if you really want to. Now it's really important from a brand perspective. It can be really important too from a retargeting perspective if you have a very specific offer, but primarily brand display advertising is used to increase brand awareness, right? So for the Audi, now the Audi ads here are showcasing dedicated offers, which is a $1,500 credit for the Audi care maintenance package. So that's a good ad strategy in the sense that it make sure your ads have purpose. But for the most part, the people who see your ads are not actively searching. So we consider it more of a brand awareness. Now, of course, there's different types of display ads. Most of them are what you would see here, which is pre-designed images that then you upload. But there's also other display ads. So there's an ad at the very top, but what I'm looking for is it's very text-based. I'll try to find the link another way. But then also the display ads, really you're just uploading the creative and the assets, and then Google decides how they show. So the benefits, like I mentioned, is brand awareness. It's very cost effective. You're talking about if you're paying 50 cents a click, I would consider that expensive. Now your conversion rates are going to be lower as well. That's kind of just the name of the game, but it can be profitable. And there are lots of people who make some really good money with strategic display advertising, even in the affiliate marketing space. The other benefit is you have a very targeted audience reach. So unlike, say, TV or radio, which is kind of just blasting everyone for display or for brand awareness, with display campaigns, you can actually pick, like I said, the Weather Network and only show your ads on the Weather Network. Formats, there's banner ads, native ads are going to be ads that are within content, video ads, and then rich media. Rich media is of what I consider responsive ads, and you kind of see that when you go to set them up. So the components of a successful display ad, of course, is going to be an engaging, eye-catching design, a very strong, compelling, time-sensitive call to action, relevant messaging, so you're calling out your audience who you're trying to reach, and then proper ad placement, again, making sure you actually get in front of them. With display advertising, you can target different ways, whether it's demographic or behavioral or contextual. So like I said, contextual could be the Weather Network, behavioral could be somebody who's in the market for automobiles, but you can also do remarketing. So that's anybody who has visited your website. You can then show them ads trying to get them to come back to your website and take the next action, whether it be make it a purchase or book a call or whatever that may be. When you're tracking your ads, these are the four primary metrics to follow, which is your cost per click. Like I said, anything over 50 cents to me is too expensive. Your click-through rate is going to be relatively low. If you can get a 1% click-through rate, that's great, but sometimes you only get like 0.15, and that can be okay too, as long as your conversion rate is good. Now, your conversion rate is not going to be 10% per se. I would be happy with a 1 to 2% conversion rate on display ads. But the biggest thing to always look at is, are you getting a return on your investment? Are you making money? And for that, you need to know what each conversion is valued at, and then putting that into Google so they can do the ROAS calculation. It's related to display advertising, but programmatic advertising. What is that? Well, programmatic advertising is the automated process of buying and selling digital ad space through real-time bidding. Google is a form of programmatic advertising, but there are not all websites want to play with Google. So there's an actual industry where you can buy and sell digital real estate, and that's programmatic advertising. If you're not getting the success on Google, sometimes you have to go programmatic. You can target with greater precision, and it can be more streamlined and more effective. It also can be more expensive because you have to find essentially a broker and work with a third party versus just working with Google. So traditional display advertising is usually manual. You're doing it yourself, whereas programmatic will automate it and you can bid in real time. So the benefits, of course, is performance optimization because you are targeting assets and real estate that's not available in the Google system. So you can actually get better results from it in particular niches and verticals. Real-time bidding, I would argue that both do this, but it is real-time bidding. And then, of course, the advanced targeting options where you can actually just target some of those websites that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. And of course, a lot of what I'll call a lot of the platforms that sell their real estate with programmatic do it because they make more money than they would with Google. And that's why sometimes with the very popular news networks and everything, you have to go through a third party for programmatic in order to showcase, because I want to use CNN, but they're not doing it. They're using Google, but we'll just say so because CNN wants to make more money than what Google's offering them. So there's a couple different types just to keep in mind. I'm not going to go into them, but there's direct, there's private marketplace, and there's open auction. So programmatic is an entirely different industry. It's not something I delve in because most of my clients are local-based markets, and Google Display does the job alongside social. But maybe you're watching this and you're trying to hit a national campaign in the United States and you're not getting anywhere, and you're not getting in front of your audience. This might be a solution for you. So that is kind of the overview of what display is versus search, which happens directly on the Google search page, what we call the search engine result page, the SERP, whereas display happens on third-party websites, including Google assets like YouTube and Gmail. Hopefully that makes sense, but if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I'll see them and I will reply them.